So we'll start with here, the Bible. The Bible does have answers. Does the Bible tell us who created? Yes, it does. God created. Almost every book of the Bible teaches that. Does the Bible tell us what was created? Yes, all things. Does the Bible tell us how it was all created? Yes, it does. He spoke it into existence by His great power from nothing. Does the Bible tell us when God created? Absolutely, and there's no controversy on this whatsoever. It is called in the beginning. We have that in Genesis 1:1, and we have it in the book of John. Does the Bible tell us how long it took God to create? Yes, it does. 6 literal days, about 6,000 years ago. So the Bible has answers. We know who created, what was created, how it was created, when it was created, and how long it took to create. We have answers. But what about evolution? Do evolutionists provide real answers? Well, here's the problem. I can ask 10 different evolutionists to give me a definition of evolution, and I'll get 10 different answers. And every one of them will be inaccurate. They don't even have a correct definition of Darwinian evolution in their textbooks. Every one of them describes something that could be anything you want it to be. It is so fuzzy, you can make it anything. In other words, they won't even define what they believe accurately. So what is evolution? It is something based on the philosophy of materialism. Now, materialism is the ideology that all that exists is mass and energy. There are no gods, no supernatural forces. That is materialism, mass and energy. Therefore, if evolution and materialism is true, then the Bible, folks, has to be wrong. But since the Bible is correct, the whole philosophy and worldview of materialism is wrong. So let's get to our first power question now. That was a little background. What do we know about the universe? What do we know about the origin of the universe? Well, we're commonly taught that about 13 to 15 billion years ago, something exploded called the Big Bang. Now, don't think of this Big Bang as a dynamite explosion. That is not what the evolutionists teach. What it is, it's a hot fireball, an expansion of space and time. That is the Big Bang. It's not a dynamite explosion. It's an expansion of space and time. And from that Big Bang came all the stars, the galaxies, the planets, and all life. That is a wonderful story. But power question number one, where did the matter come from to create that Big Bang? Because we cannot have something go bang until we have something that can go bang. Let me show you some possible answers. Paul Davies, a physicist and evolutionist, gives us an answer. The Big Bang represents the instantaneous suspension of physical laws. The sudden abrupt flash of lawlessness that allowed something to come out of nothing. It represents a true miracle. Wow. Now let me show you a difference between creation and evolution here. In the Bible, we have miracles. All through the Bible, we have miracles, but we have a miracle maker called God. So we have a reasonable faith. Here, the evolutionist is saying they have miracles, but they have no miracle maker. That is called a blind faith. Now, Discover magazine gives an answer for the origin of the universe. And this gets rather technical now. The universe burst into something from absolutely nothing, zero, nada. And as it got bigger, it became filled with even more stuff that came from absolutely nowhere. And that is science. Joseph Silk, an astronomer, wrote a book called The Big Bang. Read through his book. Now, Joseph Silk is a very good astronomer, but he also believes in evolution. And I will commend him on this one point here because he gives an honest answer. And he states, it is only fair to say we have a theory without a beginning. That is an honest answer. And then Stan Odwell, PhD in astrophysics, wrote a book called The Astronomy Cafe. Read through his book. And he also gives an honest answer. Astronomers have not the slightest evidence for the supposed quantum production of the universe out of a primordial nothingness. No beginning. They don't have any foundation for what they believe. But what I'm going to do here tonight, since yesterday we confirmed that everybody here likes physics. Am I right on that? We like physics. What we're going to do now, this is going to get some of you very excited. Because what I'm going to do is explain how this universe got here without God. And in order to do that, you're going to get excited about this. I just know you're going to get excited. Because what we're going to do is use quantum physics. How many are excited about that? Use a little quantum, right, okay. Quantum physics. Now, here's how this universe got here based on quantum physics. Now, if I go a little fast, I'll repeat this. If it gets a little technical, we'll repeat it. So you ready? Hold on. There was nothing, then there was something. Did I go too fast? Now, hold on now. We give that a name. It is called a quantum fluctuation. You know what a quantum fluctuation is? It's another name for magic. Because from nothing, folks, nothing comes. And that is good science. Don't get confused by all these good, big technical terms. From nothing, nothing comes. No matter what they call it, it still ends up with nothing. They really have no explanation for where this universe came from. As these last two gentlemen just stated, they have an idea with no beginning. But wait a minute, Mike. If you're going to ask me where this universe came from, then I'm going to challenge you, who made God? And what happens to Christians when they get challenged with that? They really don't know how to answer, do they? Now, we can answer to a Christian. We can give them an answer. He's a self-existing eternal being. No beginning and no end. And that's where I usually start with Christians and non-Christians. And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And also Revelation, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Self-existing being with no beginning or no end. But Mike, evolutionists won't agree with that because they don't believe the Bible. I know that. So why did I start with the Bible? It's my most powerful weapon, is the Word of God, not my knowledge. And what I'm going to do here, I start with the Bible, I'm going to break down their strongholds, and then I'm going to end with the Bible. That's going to be the method I use here. So, we're going to do a little science and logic. We're going to go through a little science and logic. Okay, I'm going to be using the principles of 2 Corinthians 10, 4, and 5, bringing down all strongholds and everything that exalts itself against the knowledge of God to answer this challenge. I started with the Bible, bring down strongholds, and I'm going to finish with it. So I'll take the person right to here. How did this universe get here? Well, there's only three methods. Either the universe created itself, the universe has always existed, or it had to be created. There are no fourth choices. This is it. If I can show through science and logic the first two are wrong, that leaves only one possibility, isn't there? There had to be a creator. And then I will tell them where this creator came from. So that's the method I use. So two questions. We're going to answer number one first. The universe created itself. Two questions about that. Can something create itself, and can nothing create something? Well, the answer is absolutely no. We all know from nothing, nothing comes. And think of this. In order for something to create itself, what that would mean is this. It has to have the power to act before it even exists. How can anything have any power if it does not exist? So that would violate all logic and science to say something can create itself. Simply can't happen. So we can rule out number one pretty easily, can't we? That was easy.